change, and everything is change, nothing can be held on to. To the degree that you go with a stream, you see, you are still. You're flowing with it. But to the degree you resist the stream, then you notice that the current is rushing past you and fighting with you. So swim with it. Go with it. And you're there. You're at rest. And this is, of course, particularly true when it comes to those moments when life really seems to be going to take us away. And the stream of change is going to swallow us completely. The moment of death. And we think, oh, this is it. This is the end. And so at death we withdraw. Say, no, not that. Not yet, please. But actually, the whole problem is that there really is no other problem for human beings than to go over that waterfall when it comes. Just as you go over any other waterfall. Just as you go on from day to day. Just as you go to sleep at night. Be absolutely willing to die. Now, I'm not preaching. I'm not saying you ought to be willing to die, and that you should muscle up your courage and somehow put on a good front when the terrible thing comes. That's not the idea at all. The point is that you can only die well if you understand this system of waves. If you understand that your disappearance as the form in which you think you are you, your disappearance as this particular organism, is simply seasonal, that you are just as much the dark space beyond death as you are the light interval called life. These are just two sides of you. Because you is the total wave. See, you can't have half a wave. Nobody ever saw waves which just had crests, no troughs. So you can't have half a human being who is born but doesn't die. Half a thing. That would be only half a thing. But the propagation of vibrations, and life is vibration, it simply goes on, but its cycles are long cycles and short cycles. Space, you see, is not just nothing. If I could magnify my hand to an enormous degree so that you could see all the molecules in it, I don't know how far apart they would be, but it seems to me they would be something like tennis balls in a very, very large space. And you'd look, when I move my hand like this, and say, for God's sake, look at all those tennis balls. They're all going together. Crazy. And there are no strings tying them together. Isn't that queer? No, but there's space going with it. And space is a function of, or it's an inseparable aspect of, whatever solids are in the space. That is the clue, probably, to what we mean by gravity. We don't know yet. So in the same way, when those marvelous sandpipers come around here, the little ones, while they're in the air flying, they have one mind. They move all together. When they alight on the mud, they become individuals, and they go pecking around for worms or something. But one click of the fingers, and all those things are going zip into the air. They don't seem to have a leader. because they don't follow when they turn. They all turn together and go off in another direction. Amazing. But they're like the molecules in my hand. So then you see, here's the principle. When you don't resist change, I mean over-resist. I don't mean being flabby. When you don't resist change, you see that the changing world, which disappears like smoke, is no different from the nirvana world. Nirvana, as I said, means breathe out. Let go of the breath. So in the same way, don't resist change. It's all the same principle. So the Bodhisattva saves all beings, not by preaching sermons to them, but by showing them that they are delivered, they are liberated by the very fact of not being able to stop changing.
What does death mean to you? What does death mean to you? Why to me? What does it what does it mean to you? Much more important. You understand? What does life, the living, and coming to the end of it, what does it mean to you? If you believe in reincarnation, you know what that means. If you believe in reincarnation, that is you born next life, and if you have lived rightly, correctly, happily, your next life you have a better chance to reach the higher ladder. Right? You understand? But those people who believe in reincarnation live like ordinary other people, fighting, quarreling, aggressive, mean, right? Vicious, violent, but that belief in reincarnation has very little meaning, but is very comforting. Now, inquire into it. What is it that's going to be reborn? You understand? Suppose you believe in reincarnation, as some of you may do. I don't know why, it may be comforting. But when you begin to examine that which is to be reborn, what is that? Is it permanent soul? Permanent something that is beyond time? If it is of time, that's not permanent, right? So, what is it that's going to be reborn? Your tendency, your idiosyncrasies, your experiences, the K dies, and next life he is born again. Poor chap. And what is that K? What is it? Who are you? What are you? A series. Could we ask the dog to be quiet for a while? Who are you? Actually, not theoretically play around with a lot of ideas, that you are a Atman, that there is God in you. That's all the activity of thought, right? So what are you? You are your experiences, right? You are what you have acquired as knowledge. You are the whole movement of memories, aren't you? Or don't like that. Or you'd like to think that there is something marvelous in you. Which all that's absurd. I won't go even discuss it. The fact is, you are nothing but, I mustn't use nothing but, that's wrong. You are a whole series of movements of memories. Right? Examine it, please. Don't agree. Look at it. You are not if you have no memory. Right? If a certain operation takes place in the brain, then you lose your memories, you become a vegetable. Yes, you know. Right? The speaker has been in a hospital in California, in America, where they have done all this. I watched it. Horrible. So, you are the tradition, the collective memories, the communal family tradition, the tradition of a country, all the memories, right? You are all that. And if you die, you want all this memory to go on? What are memories? Things that have gone, remember something that has been happy, pleasurable, or something you are longing for, right? It's all a movement of the past as memories modified and going on, right? So what does death mean? You, as an individual, coming to an end, right? Physically coming to an end. But psychologically, we say, no, that's not quite so. I am more than my body. I am more than my thought. I am more than any reaction. Right? Are you? I know tradition says you are. And you like the idea you're more than all this business. So you cling to that. And you hope the more will be born next life, in a better house, greater power, greater position, nearer God. You understand? All this is a matter of belief and thought. Right? Thought has also invented belief. Because in believing in something gives you great comfort. Right? So, if you like that kind of stuff, carry on. And millions do. Right? And those others say, well, life has been jolly good if you are successful, or life has been terrible, miserable, unhappy, and I'm glad to die. Right? And before dying, all the agony of illness. Right? Long, prolonged years of illness. Sustained by the doctors to keep the thing going. Right? This is our life. This is the way we all live.